guidelines set by the Ohio Department of Health, the Governor's Office, and the Ohio High School Athletic Association. As we've seen, the opportunity to play sports can be taken away by the spread of COVID-19. We ask that everyone in attendance wear facial covering, use proper hygiene, and keep yourself and your family 6 feet apart from other families. Our ability to follow these guidelines will go a long way in determining how much of our season our student athletes will have. Thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, as a member school of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, Northridge High School welcomes you to this interscholastic contest between Versailles High School and Milton-Union High School. To honor America, please stand and join in the playing of our national anthem. Tonight's tournament game is sponsored by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Your attendance and support of the student athletes and coaches is appreciated by member schools competing for the right to move on. Though both teams are rivals, they are expected to exhibit the qualities of good sportsmanship.
Oh, there's Tom right there.
And the administration of both schools requests the same from all fans. The officials assigned to this tournament have met extensive requirements.
Are we on right now?
Association.
Am I on right now?
Based upon the process approved by OHSAA's Board of Directors. The officials for this game are Mr. Frank Vitt, Mr. Kevin Porter, and Mr. Robert Maxwell.
Hey, Tom.
The athletes, coaches, and officials are just from high school, and all fans are asked to respect the effort each of them has put forth in preparing for tonight's contest. We ask all attending to show courtesy and respect for fellow fans, officials, coaches,
Test 1, 2.
those administering the contest, and of course your team and your opponents. And as important today as ever, please respect the game. Now let's meet the players in tonight's contest. On the visitor side of the scoreboard, the Milton-Union Lady Bulldogs, under the leadership of Coach Kathy Ruth.
She can hear us.
The non-starters, number 20, Shannon Broombaugh, 22, Elaine.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to welcome everybody to tonight's broadcast of this sectional second round game in Division III between your Milton-Union Lady Bulldogs and the Carlisle Indians. Apologize for us getting on a little bit late here, but it's part of coaching high school basketball and trying to get here in time. We're also using some different headsets, so we're kind of not hearing a whole lot. So,
Madison Jones. And starting at forward, 5'11" senior, number 30, Jayla.
Trying to get all the technical stuff here.
And now under the leadership of head coach
before we get started,
on the home side of the scoreboard,
going to get us going here.
Non-starters 3, Aaron Reininger, 10, Cadence Williams, 20, Melina Santos.
Starters for Milton-Union will be what they've been here recently. Number 10, Rachel Jacobs, freshman. Number 12, Ava Burbridge, freshman. Number 14, Morgan Grudich.
Number 12, Haley
senior. Number 23, Madison Jones. She's a senior. And then senior, Jayla Gentry, number 30.
A 5'10" junior, number 22, Jillian McIntyre. A 5'7"
Apologize, we're kind of trying to get all connected here.
And a 6' senior, number 35, Kaylee Dingy. Ladies and gentlemen, spectators taking photographs of
everybody can hear us there at home. Got a little bit there. It's very quiet.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for your cooperation. We would also like to make our trainer.
All right, let's get caught up here on the Carlisle Indians. We'll give a little background on this matchup. These two teams have met twice already in the season.
I'm done.
Both teams with a victory. Carlisle wins the tip. Number 12, Lawson, she's a junior. She's going to bring it into the front court. Trying to get acclimated. Number 35 in the post. Ball's up. Rebound by Jones. Morgan Grudich looks to push in transition. Looks like Carlisle is going to be in a... Never really got set. So we're not really sure what they were in. Here they're going to push in transition. That was Lawson with the shot. Here comes Grudich. Up to Burbridge, into the post to Jacobs, up and over the backboard. Ball's going to be out of bounds to the Lady Dogs. Get everybody caught up as fast as we can. Got to have a travel there on Gentry. Good out of bounds play. Just shuffled her feet a little bit. Here comes Lawson for the Indians. Dogs are in their 1-2-2 zone that they've been running all season. Carlisle is a three-point shooting team. They're going to look to light it up from the outside. Number 13, Morris, the junior. Ball stolen by Jones. If you've been following the Lady Dogs, it's very important for them to get a lot of deflections against Carlisle. In that defense, turnover, ball goes to the Indians. Lawson's going to push in transition. She is their floor general and leader. She takes all the way to the basket. Offensive rebound. Ball's all the way out to Gentry. She's going to have an open hoop. Left-hand layup off the mark. And she may have landed a little hot on her leg. Injury timeout. Broomball's going to check in for the Bulldogs. Number 20, she's a freshman. All right, talking about Carlisle here, their starters are number 12, Lawson, she's a junior. Number 13, Morris, she's a junior. Number 22, McIntosh, she's a junior. Number 23, Goodpaster, she is a senior. And then number 35, Dingy, she's a senior as well. As we said earlier, these two teams met already this season. The Dogs squeaked out a narrow win, 37-36 at Milton. It looks like Carlisle, I'll have to get the score of that first game. It's one of the downsides of having practice before we come here. Can you hear me okay?
Very softly, but Tom Beck, thanks to him for bringing the equipment down.
Yeah.
He's going out to start to get the headphones.
Yeah, these early weeknight games, a little odd with what we hear, a little echoey.
Slight delay, a little echo, but we're going to get that straightened out here in a little bit. So
Carlisle's going to attack the corner into the post against the 1-2-2. Ball swung across to Morris, a little lefty. We'll have stats for them here as well in just a minute. Broomball up and in. Lawson. They're going to look to work the ball around the perimeter. They're going to run their shooters through, try and confuse the Dog zone defense. Shots up by McIntosh, and it's good. Carlisle is in a pressure man defense. Grudich goes off the ball screen by Jacobs. They're going to swing the ball around the perimeter. Looking inside. They find Jacobs in the post. Kicks it back out to Burbridge. She's going to drive the lane. Bounce pass into Broomball. Couldn't handle it. Lawson out for the layup. Nice finish there. Here come the Bulldogs bringing it across the time. they come in transition. Boston's going to look to push up to Morris. Swings it across the good pasture for another 3 look, and it's up and in.
Andy, good pasture for 3.
Coach Reese wants to talk about it here. We're going to switch off into our normal headsets. I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, we remind you that all photographs and videos taken by spectators at this event are for personal use only. Milton-Union foul number 20, Shannon Brumbaugh. Jillian McIntyre.
Ready?
Carlisle foul number 35, Caleb Ginty. Morgan Bridge at the line for 2.
Okay, hey, that sounds a lot better. All right, big thanks to Tom back there for getting us squared away back in our normal headsets. We can hear each other, and the show must go on. So, okay, as you've been watching, Dogs right now dug a little bit of a hole here. Ball's going to be on the baseline. Scores 13-2. We've got a minute 20 left in the first quarter. And one of the stories right now as we're kind of paying attention is senior Jayla Gentry went down with a knee injury. She looks to be behind the bench, ice in her knee. Obviously that changes your rotations. Ball's going to go off Carlisle girls' leg. Number 3, Rittinger. Aaron Rittinger checks into the game. The Bulldogs are definitely got their hands full tonight. I think one of the tough parts, there's Jacobs driving to the hoop. It's going to go over the basket. Broomball with a nice rebound and putback. You know, Joe, one of the tough parts about, playing tournament basketball is the fact that, as we've been following the Lady Dogs, we've been seeing a lot of zone defenses.
I was thinking the same thing. Like I said, they jumped into that man-to-man right away.
And so you kind of get yourself into a rhythm about how to attack a zone and whatnot. And, to now all of a sudden see a man again. Broomball's first shot's up and bounces in and out. Freshman here with her second shot, lefty. And again, in and out. Dogs have had 4 free throws and kind of bounced in and out in tournament play, trying to fight your way back in. There's Morris from 3. She's up and in. She's the Indians' leading scorer at 10.8 points a game. And then Lawson, who's their point guard, also averages 10.8. Pretty balanced Carlisle team. Finished towards the middle top of the league this year. Pressure man. It's Fald, number 40. She just checked into the game. Here comes Burbridge, and right now you've got
Grudage on the bench getting a breather. 16-2. Dogs are really trying to find a rhythm offensively. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Jones gets through, gets an open look, just off. Rittinger clears it. Here comes Lawson. 12 seconds. Over to Morris. She gets another open look, and up and in.
Morris for three.
Gonna wind down here, and Burbridge is in the corner with the ball in her hands, and the Carlisle faithful are definitely happy about that first quarter. You know, and the thing you got to know about tournament basketball is, you know, just like we watched on Saturday, our girls had built an 18-point lead into the third quarter, and you know, National Trail battled back, and so that's what right now it's got to be preached and talked about in the huddle is, you know, they've been punched in the mouth. They got to get back up.
Gut check, like many.
We've been there, right?
Yes, we have.
Got to remind the girls that there's 3 more quarters to play, and there's not a 17-point basket. So, you know, Coach Roos does a great job with these girls, and she's going to keep coaching them up. And you know, right now it's about the girls just keep fighting every possession and chipping away at this, and you know, not trying to get the game tied by halftime, but more, you know, chip away at this lead, chip away at it, give yourself a chance in the fourth quarter, and that's really what you got to do here. All right, so big shout out here to, got a couple ladies, got Sherry Bennett, Kim Burbridge. I believe they're both in attendance, but we've got inside intel that they like to go back and watch the games. And supposedly it's because they're learning something from Coach Blackburn and I.
Really?
So, we'll do what we can.
Try not to screw things up.
We appreciate that. So, big shout out to them. They'll be excited to hear their names later. Dogs are going to come out, high ball screen into Broomball. She's double teamed quickly. Rudy's just going to get to the hoop, get fouled, and just bounces off there. Little double high action. Coach Grudage may have brought that to the table from the old days of playing for Randy Thompson. It's a nice, simple offense. Grudage off the back rim. Got some fun factoids here coming up when we get a break. 7:43 in the second quarter. Off the front of the rim. Number 24 is Cottrell. Clears the rebound. Here comes Lawson. She's tied as their leading scorer, as well as Morris. Both of those girls are over 10 points a game. Dogs are in there 1-2-2. Over to Rittinger, number 3, into the corner to Lawson. She's going to look in the post. She's going to look to penetrate. Seems to be a very strong ball handler. Good job by Morgan to rotate over and get a deflection. Lawson's a very strong ball handler. Seems to be kind of running the show. Gets herself into the paint, distributes the ball. Rittinger can't handle it, kind of forces. Oh, going to get a double dribble there. One stop at a time for the Lady Dogs here. It's got to keep battling. Very well-coached team here at Carlisle. There's the ball screen. They're looking for, what they're doing there is looking to get Grudage to get to the basket. Up for 3, going to need that one to fall. Rittinger clears it. Picks up her dribble, over to Lawson. She's going to get in the paint, looking to get in the paint. She finishes over the backboard. Good rebound by Broomball. Broomball's going to need to play a lot of minutes right now with Jayla out. She's handling it just fine. Good play by Morgan there, trying to prevent the over and back call. Burbridge checks in for foul number 40. And what the Lady Dogs are trying to do with the ball screen is they're trying to clear a path for Morgan to get to the hoop. Or if they switch, they can get a mismatch, or they can get one of the players to dive into the post. Looks like an isolation for Grudage. Passes to Broomball, around to Burbridge, over to Jones for an open look.
Good rebound.
Broomball, good offensive rebound and putback. Broomball are only 4 points right now. Playing well in the post, the young freshman. 3 freshmen on the court right now for the Bulldogs. Ball gets swung around the perimeter. There goes Lawson into the paint. Got to keep her out of the paint. She's really dangerous, whether she's knocking down shots or kicking out the shooters. Comes Burbridge. Handling the ball, gets reversed to Jones. Over to Grudage. Grudage is going to come back out and set the offense. Here comes the ball screen. They're going to look to dive her into the post. Gets an open look. Burbridge with the offensive rebound. Over to Jones. Back over to Grudage. Extending this possession here. We got just over 5 minutes to go in the half. Grudage gets to about the 8-foot area and draws the foul on the shot.
Carlisle Lady Indians fouling number 3, Aaron Reininger.
Carlisle's coach not pleading his case to be official. Like Morgan initiated a lot of that contact. Morgan up and off the front of the rim.
For the Bulldogs,
Annie Smith's going to check in. Rachel Jacobs. Turning the lineup for Carlisle's Dingy and Goodpaster. And up and in. Dogs are now, I believe, 1 for 6 from the free throw line. Got to knock down those freebies, especially if you want to start chipping away at this. 21-6 the score, under 5 minutes to go in the half. Good steal there by Jones. Here comes Grudage. She's going to push the ball in transition. Nice penetrating pitch. Looks like the shot was blocked there.
Good hustle.
Yeah, Broomball picking up a loose ball. They're not helping off of Jones very much. They don't want to let her get going. Jones is going to start the offense here. Looks like a set play for the Lady Dogs. Over to Smith. Ball gets thrown over. Lob play into Broomball. Off her hands, going to be Carlisle ball. Bulldogs are running a set play there to try to get Jones an open look on the backside. And Carlisle seemed to know it was coming. Rittinger's going to bring the ball across the timeline here for the Indians. Over to Goodpaster. She's going to attack. Well, I thought Morris was going to cut that one loose. Number 22, McIntosh. She's Carlisle's 3rd leading scorer. Morris slings it across over to Goodpaster. A couple of lefties. They just chuck it across. Good ball movement. Ball was thrown away there.
For the Lady Indians.
And Lawson checks back into the game. Flow of their offense seems to run a little bit different when she's off the court. Ball's entered in. Jones for 3, just off the mark. She's getting good looks there, just a little off. And again, folks at home, that could just be the timing of, you know, being used to shooting against a zone versus a man. Goodpaster, though, rattles one home. Got 2 lefties that really like to chuck it and seem to be pretty good shooters. We'll have their stats here in just a minute. Goodpaster's a 28% shooter from 3, and Morris is a 29% shooter, so they're shooting above their average right now. Ball's over to Annie Smith. She's going to look to penetrate. Back out to Grudage. She's going to drive the paint. Up and in. 2:45 left in the half. Scores 24-7. Carlisle. They've chipped away at this lead. It's a 17-point lead. Started the quarter at 19. Just one stop at a time. Morris slings it over to Lawson. Over to Goodpaster. Ball's over Lawson's head, but she's going to gather it. Coach Tony Phillips over there. Ball goes to the short corner to Dungy. Swings it over to Morris. Over to Goodpaster. Good ball movement by Carlisle. They get Dungy on the catch. We're going to get Annie Smith there on a foul. On the catch, though, so that's going to be a common foul. Milton's second, her first.
Lady Boardwalk foul number 33, Annie Smith.
Here comes Jacobs and Falb. Going to come in for Burdage and Jones. Is that
yes.
Jones that went out? Morris throws it in. Got good past her. Got both shooters going to balance the court out. Open look for Morris, and she knocks it down. Third three.
Yes, that's 9 for Morris.
Ball swung around. Smith over to Falb. Looking in the post. Lawson's putting a lot of pressure on the freshman. Over to Smith. Took a look at it. Over to Falb. Got a minute 30 in the half. Burbridge from the perimeter. Up and good from 3. Good answer there from Morris. Dogs are now in a 2-3 zone. For McIntosh over to Goodpaster. She's going to sling it across here to Morris. Carlisle kind of ping-ponging the ball around. Goodpaster drives out to McIntosh. She's going to take a look from the top of the key. Just off the mark, but Dungy with the rebound. Misses. Annie Smith fights for it. Here comes Burbridge. Just under a minute to play in the half. Dogs need a good look here. Get a bucket in the post. To Broomball up and just off the mark. Goodpaster clears it to Lawson. She's going to look in transition. Pushes in transition, throws one up. Somehow, it's like Lawson came out with it. 27 seconds to go in the half. Here comes Burbridge. There was a whole lot of action that went on there, wasn't there?
Pretty scrappy. We've talked about them letting them play in tournament time. And that's
12 seconds to go. Burbridge picks it up near half court. Looks like they're going to flatten the, let her go one-on-one. There's Falb. She's going to drive it. Broomball. Going to call the half there. Broomball almost with an offensive rebound. Halftime score, Carlisle 27. Milton-Union 10. Not how Coach Roos and the gang were hoping to start this game. And really the story of the game has been knocking down shots. And Carlisle's done that. They've got some good open looks. Coach Blackburn with his handy-dandy stats here.
Getting a little bit faster.
Oh, yeah. And really, it's been from outside the perimeter. You know, already Carlisle's hit 5 3-pointers. I mean, that's over half their points, and they're knocking down shots that some of them are open and some of them are. So give them some credit there. You know, it's kind of, and the reality is we talked about on Saturday is when the ball's going through the hoop, you know, it makes you feel pretty good. Go back and play defense, you get a little bit of a bounce in your step. Well, the reverse happens. You know, if the ball's going through the hoop for the other team, you know, that can be very demoralizing, you know, for you as a team to go down and run offense. So pull out some factoids here. All right, looks like in the first contest between these two teams, this was back on December 3rd, MU defeated Carlisle and West Milton 37-36. Jayla Gentry was the leading scorer for Milton-Union with 17 points. And again, that's another story. Senior Jayla Gentry went down with what appeared to be a knee injury, but not to her knee that she had previously injured. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on that. I know she was sitting there with ice on it when she came back out. Not sure if she'll return. Coach Blackburn right now is we're going to get a couple of our future Lady Bulldogs to come up here and talk to us a little bit. I think that was our halftime interview. Next factoid, in the second meeting between these two teams, which was on January 7th, Carlisle beat Milton-Union 54-28. This was at Carlisle. Dogs were led by Morgan Grudage with 9 points. And our last one before we get our halftime interviews, this series dates back to 1977. The teams are an even 16-16 against each other. Coach Roos is 8-8, so this is kind of the rubber match. And, you know, with both teams going to new conferences, this, you know, we may not have another game to play here again. All right, go ahead and put this on.
Can I sit this down?
Sure.
Where can I sit down? Can I sit down on that?
Sure.
It's okay.
Okay, we've got 3 future two. We've got 2 future lady Bulldog basketball players here that are here to watch the older girls play. So I'm just gonna keep it easy on you. So I'll ask you some questions. Try not to laugh too much. You can tell. And young lady, what is your name?
Campbell Burner.
Campbell Burner. If you haven't figured out, this is my daughter. Campbell, what grade you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
4th grade. And who's your teacher at school?
Miss Lane.
Miss Lane. And your favorite food?
Depends. I guess pizza.
Okay, it's always a good choice. And Campbell, you're here at the girls' game, and what do you enjoy about basketball and watching these games?
I enjoy cheering for the team, and I mean, just watching us. I don't know.
Okay.
Just play the game.
And who are your favorite 3 players?
Morgan Grudage, Madison Jones, and
So those are your favorite 2, Madison and Morgan. Okay.
probably, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And you hope to someday be a future a lady basketball player out here for Coach Roos?
Yep.
Good. Okay. Anything else any shout outs you want to give to anybody at home?
No, I think good.
Okay. Are we going to put your friend on here?
I mean, sure, yeah.
Get up here. Okay. Thank you, Campbell. We appreciate it.
Yep. It's so weird you can hear it.
Okay. So we've got another future lady Bulldog basketball player, and can you tell everybody what your name is?
Stella Blackburn.
Stella Blackburn. And yes, for those of you at home, this is Coach Blackburn's youngest daughter. Stella, what grade are you in?
4th grade.
Okay. And who's your teacher?
Miss Lane.
Okay. So Mrs. Lane, she's got to put up with both these girls, the B&B sisters. And what's your favorite food?
Ramen.
Ramen noodles. Well, Mama Blackburn's gonna like that. That's something you can make your whole life, right? You don't have to. You make that on your own.
Yeah.
Is that why you like it? Because you can make it on your own.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see. What did I ask Campbell? Who's your favorite lady basketball players?
I'd say all of them.
All of them. Good political answer there. Way to be politically correct. All of them. And someday you obviously hope to be a lady hoopster out here playing in the sectional tournament, right?
Yep.
Okay, any shout-outs you want to give to anybody out there?
Just say keep watching and have fun.
Keep watching and have fun. Those are good words to live by. All right, Stella, we appreciate you hopping on.
Yep, see ya.
Sophia? No? Okay. No, you're good.
Please. I'll be good. I'll be okay.
Oh, boy. Campbell has something else she wants to say.
No, I don't. I just want to.
You just want to listen?
Yeah.
This sounds weird? Okay. All right, well, Campbell's on the headset. She's just going to listen here. All right, let's look here. If there's anything we want to add in from halftime stats. Looking through here. All right, we'll get you caught up on tournament action as far as how this goes, and we'll kind of update you on the boys' side of things. Campbell's giving me the thumbs up. We got 3:30 left in the half. The Bulldogs haven't quite come out yet. So in this bracket, this is the number 4 seeded Carlisle Indians. They're 12-7 on the season, and Obviously, Milton is the number 12 seed. They upset National Trail on Saturday. The winner of this game will play on Monday at 6 p.m. That game will still be here at Northridge. They will get the winner of, I believe, Bethel and Versailles. I'm not sure who won that game. Could have been Preble Shawnee. We don't have that updated, so it'll be Bethel, Preble Shawnee, or Versailles. They are the 5, 6, and 7 seeds, respectively, in the bottom half of this Division III sectional bracket. Coach Blackburn, did you get me any stats?
I did.
Okay. Okay, girls, it's been real. It's been fun. I can honestly say it's been real fun.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah? Okay.
Anything's fun when I'm around.
Well, okay, all right. She's probably right with that. Okay, thanks, Campbell.
Yep.
We're going to get some stats here at the half. In boys tournament action, the MU Hoopers tip off on Saturday at 1:30. That game is at Trent Arena. You play in the Northridge Polar Bears for the 3rd time this year. Milton-Union, the number 9 seed, and Northridge, the number 8 seed. Obviously, this week's been a little bit different for everybody with practice with all this snow, which I will get to here in a minute. I'm kind of getting a late start, all our viewers at home. So let me see the stats here. Or you want to read them off to us?
Well, let's see. Field goals attempted, 19-21, probably balanced shooting, but made-wise, Milton's 4 for 19 and Carlisle's 10 for 21. Now, 3-point, Carlisle is a whopping 5 for 8, but Milton's 1 for 5. And like you said before, that's the big difference right now. And free throws, unfortunately, Milton's 1 for 8, and Carlisle's 2 for 2. Rebounding, they're pretty balanced, and I do agree with it because they are both going after rebounds, being scrappy, going after the ball. 13-17 on that. Doc's
turnovers, steals.
Steals, Milton's got 4, Carlisle's got 5.
On Monday, February 22nd at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, pretty clean game. I mean,
Yeah.
7, I mean, pretty even. You know, the biggest thing is, you know, like Joe said, Carlisle's 5 for 8 from 3. And, you know, Milton's just not knocking down shots. A lot of that is based on Carlisle's pressure defense in the man. You know, but their ability to knock down open shots against Milton's zone and Milton not knocking down those shots in the half court, and again at the free throw line as well. You know, it's Carlisle start out here. Let me get my stat sheet out. I'm not sure where I put it. Their roster. I think I just threw it in here. There we go.
It looks like Milton's changed up to their 1-2-2 a little bit, like they were in the last couple of games. They were 2-3 there. They're in the second quarter, kind of changing things up inside.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had some success, so see what happens here.
Carlisle's going to move the ball. A little trapping action here. Ball gets thrown over the head. Gets saved. You can see the Morris just off the side of the backboard, so a nice stop. Looks like the change kind of threw Carlisle off a little bit. A little dribble drive. Ava brings it around, passes the ball to Jacobs. You know, sometimes the best thing to do against a pressure team is just to drive it at them. Not try to get too cute. Just it's like they got her on the roll. There's that pick and roll, up and in for Jacobs. That's her first bucket of the game. As Coach Roos likes to see, get a stop at a bucket here to start this quarter. Really kind of set the tone here in the first 3 minutes. Chip away at this lead. There's Morris. She's going to get an open look from 3, and it's just off. Morgan Grudage up. McIntosh with the rebound. Over to Lawson. She's going to get into the paint. Over to McIntosh. To Morris. Up, and she was fouled by Burbridge. Going to go to the free throw line for 2. Yeah, Milton-Union came back out on a 1-2-2, and they're looking to trap and be a little bit more aggressive out of it and try to limit the Carlisle shooters from getting set. Morris just off the back of the backboard there. She's shooting. Now here's one for you. She's shooting 38% from the free throw line, which for the kind of shooter she seems to be,
that's surprising.
The law of average is going to tell us she's going to stop making shots here. Broomball with the turnaround shot up and in. She beat Denji down the court, got position. Now all of a sudden we've got a 13-point game. Coach Roos barking out some encouragement. Let's see how Carlisle handles this. Not popping the ball around the perimeter like they were. Milton's widened out their 1-2-2, which is kind of taking away that wing play. There's Morris. She's missed a couple, so now she's starting to think about it. Ball of a good pass here to McIntosh. Wide open look, knocks it down. As a shooter, your confidence goes up and down, and you're knocking them down, you feel really good, you feel invincible, and you miss a couple, that can weigh on your psyche as well. Goes Grudich, going to work around the ball screens, out to Jones, over to Burbridge. Burbridge to the hoop, nice take. So all three freshmen have scored the first 3 buckets here. They seem to be breaking down the Carlisle defense a little bit better, so the adjustments the coaches made at halftime. Right now they're outscoring them 6-2 in this quarter into McIntosh over to Goodpaster. Out to McIntosh again from 3. There's Grudich with the rebound. She's out in transition. She gets to the bucket. And Carlisle's going to call a timeout. You know, one of the things, Joe, when you're a three-point shooting team and you build a lead, especially as large as that lead was, you don't want to sit on the ball and stop doing what you're doing, but you start to, you know, wears on your psyche of do you keep pushing your foot on the gas and knocking down threes, and I think Carlisle's thinking about that now.
Well, our fan base just said they should start chucking threes.
Yeah.
That's what I just heard.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, when you look at the stats, yeah, it's got to be a conversation with the coaches at halftime of, you know, they're 5 for 8 from 3, and you look at those 2 girls, they're not 50% and above three-point shooters. So if you can limit their shots and start making them think about it, getting stops, getting them one and dones, and getting out in transition, and the Bulldogs have done a nice job, you know, getting to the basket, getting open looks, and here's the most important thing, compared to the first half, they're knocking down shots.
Sure.
These are similar shots they got in the first half, but they're making them.
Yep.
So here comes Carlisle coming out of the timeout, and you know, one of the things that as we're moving forward in this is continuing to, you know, keep this pace and keep Carlisle thinking. You know, Carlisle's coming out. They're going to try to get a set look to one of their shooters. They've got Goodpaster and Morris on the same side. They're going to overload it. You know, this is a big possession here. You know, can we get a stop and get a possession to get us under 10? Here comes Morris cutting the baseline. Going to catch in the corner. They're going to trap it. McIntosh goes high-low. Dingy doesn't catch the ball, and ball's out to Goodpaster, over to Lawson. Got Morris in the corner, over to Goodpaster. She throws it over to Morris, who thinks about it. Down to McIntosh. Goodpaster in the corner, good ball movement. There it goes, it's off, and the rebound. Really good ball movement there by the Indians. But again, law of averages, that shot just didn't fall. Grudich is going to attack her. Bounce pass to Jacobs, up and just off the mark. Grudich with the rebound and putback. Milton-Union spreading the court and just driving it right at this pressure. You know, when you're playing a pressure man and you're not helping out as much, you're susceptible to people driving it by you because there's not as much help. And Grudich knocks down the first free throw. 10-point game, 4 minutes to go in the half. Or excuse me, in third quarter.
Third quarter.
Thanks. Shots up and in. It's now a 9-point lead. And we talked about this first 4 minutes of this quarter. and they've really taken a big chunk out of this lead of the Indians. Trap in the corner. Looks like they're trapping the corners. Over to Goodpaster. Swung over to Lawson. Over to Morris. She's going to penetrate. Pitch to McIntosh. Over to Goodpaster. Shots up and off the mark. And the rebound from Broomball. Here comes Milton-Union. Here comes Grudage. Going to get a set. Now we're going to run our offense. Spread them out and attack. Goes Burbridge. Step back. Jump shot is off the mark, but there's Jacobs. Tough rebound there. Make him pay for this a little bit. Going to get a push there on the drive. Jones being aggressive. She's usually not as aggressive off the dribble, but it was good to see her drive it there.
Not sure who that was on. Number Lawson, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not sure. There he goes. Ball's thrown out of bounds there. Carlisle faithful starting to get vocal with their girls, picking up their play, and 3 minutes to go here. Small chips, just keep chipping away at this lead. Bulldogs done a nice job. There's the cross-court pass, out of bounds, turnover. Ball going to Milton-Union. Got them really out of sync, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Totally changed from first half. And like you said in the after the first quarter, just got to keep chipping. You're not going to have a 20-point quarter. Just double high.
They hit the dive. Ball's going to get reversed. They're going to come over off this ball screen. Broomball's going to dive. That's what they want. Jones with an open look. Oh, get in there. Just off the backboard. Jacobs hitting the glass hard. Really working the glass. Great job by the freshman. Ball's going to go out of bounds to the Dogs on the baseline. You can see the girls are playing a lot more aggressive. Confidence levels up a little bit. Like we said, the ball goes in the hoop. There goes Grudage. He's going to get fouled.
And that's Dingy's that's third foul on Dingy.
Dingy, okay.
Lady foul number 30.
Looks like a few subs coming in for the Indians. Grudage goes to the free throw line. Made her last two. Up and just off the front of the rim.
For the Lady Indians, number 3, Aaron Ridinger.
Looks like McIntosh and Goodpaster are going to check out of the game. Cottrell and Ridinger comes in. Grudage's second free throws up and in. Chipping away. 8-point game, 2:17 to go in the third quarter. The Dogs really seem unfazed by this, and it's just what they expected to come out and do in the half. Penetrate, ball swung over to Morris. She's going to put up a 3, and it's up and in.
Sydney Morris for 3.
Lead goes back to 11. That was a big shot there for Morris. Goes Burbridge. She's going to drive it. Grudage into the post, into Jacobs. Fades away, shots blocked. Comes Morris pushing in transition. She looks over to her running mate. Ball saved in by Grudage. Over to Morris. She's going to quickly put one up, and it's off. Here goes Grudage. Official calls a travel. Good defense there by Morris. Moved with her and went straight up and down and really didn't impede Morgan's play there. Not going to get that call in the tournament. Got 1:10 left in the third quarter. Dogs are still in their 1-2-2. Morris is going to run the baseline. Carlisle's going to be patient here. Ball gets swung over to Morris. Call a reach foul on Burbridge, number 12. Trying to keep Lawson from driving to the basket. Morris will take the ball out. Carlisle's lined up in a stack formation. Ball goes into Dingy. shot was blocked. I'm not sure who was by, but here come the Dogs. Over to Jacobs, swings it over to Burbridge. Broomball's working the post. She catches it in the post. Nice move. Boy, she's really come to, from a maturity standpoint, just really stepped up here with Jayla out. She's got 8 points. Nice little turnaround jumper. Cuts the lead back to 9. So Carlisle's going to kind of bounce the ball back and forth. Looking to get the last shot. We're under 15 here to go in the third quarter. Got it, and there's Jones with a steal, 10 seconds. Decides to hold the ball up. Over to Grudich. She travels with it. 2.3 to go. Dogs are going to put some pressure out here so that Carlisle can't get a free run at the hoop. They're just going to hold it and take the quarter. That's what Milton-Union wanted. Cut the lead down to 9. Is it 17 and a half?
Yes, 17 and a half.
Cut the lead to half in that quarter. So now they need to come out in this third quarter and continue to push the issue. So I caught a lot of flack, Joe. I know it's hard to believe on Facebook and through text. So last Saturday, my prediction with all this weather coming was 1.5 inches. And I had valid points. And we obviously got a little bit more than 1.5 inches. And anybody that's giving me a hard, I told them I enjoy being wrong about that stuff. So, my daughter would go out and come back in. She, that 1.5 inches of snow is really deep. And so I will take ownership. I was completely way wrong. But again, in any situation like that, we've had a nice, beautiful snow. I'll take that any day.
Absolutely, like I said. And we haven't had big snows like this for how many years? I mean, this is...
Which is why I made my prediction. But kids got out and had fun.
That's right. Bulldogs did outscore Carlisle 13-5 that quarter.
Okay. So they're fighting here. Falb checks in for, looks like Grudich. Going to get a little breather here. Got a few factoids we're going to run at you. A little double high ball screen. Ball gets swung over. Burbridge is running the point with Grudich out. We're going to go in the double high action ball screen. And then they're going to pop out a shooter. They're going to come to the other side. They're going to do the same thing. Jacobs dives out to Falb. I think the Carlisle fans wanted to travel. I'm not sure that was. It may have looked a little awkward, but never picked up her pivot foot. Burbridge. Carlisle doing a really nice job just suffocating the Dogs wherever they go. There's Jones. Morris, I think, had position, but her hands got a little too anxious there, and she reached in. Well, I think that was a fan, and they were dead right. If you don't reach, you don't get that call. Exactly right. But that's tough when you're in that situation. You're doing a good job. You're in position. Burbridge is going to come out and set the offense. We're under 7 to go in the fourth quarter. She's going to look to penetrate, kicks it out the Falb. Falb pushes in and draws a foul. Foul's going to be on number 3, Rittinger. There seems to be an echo in the gym. I heard terrible call, and it echoed about 5 times, but the call was made. Free throws up and in, leads to 8. Falb with the other free throw, leads down to 7. Here we go.
Bulldogs are now 5 for 6 on free throws this half, compared to the
first
1
quarter.
and 8 in first.
As we talked about the half, make shots and prevent them from making shots. And I'll Dingy with a nice high low. Good ball movement there. Caught the Dogs focused on the perimeter game of the Indians. Ball goes into the post, up the broom ball, high post, shots up, just off. There's Jacobs with it. Put back, just off. Dingy clears it to Lawson. She's going to push in transition, gets into the paint, up and just off the backboard. A lot of hands on it. Over to Morris, over to Lawson from 3, just off the mark. Another offensive rebound by Rittinger. Morris is going to get him set. Over to Lawson. Over to Rittinger. Ball swung to Morris. Big shot. Looks a little short.
Good box out.
Good box out by Burbridge. We get McIntosh there. Really nice box out by Ava.
Carlisle foul number 24, right?
Annie Smith checks in. She's going to get Jones a break right before this last push. Morgan Fall with some nice minutes there. Big free throws. Got 5:40 left in the contest. Bulldogs have cut the lead to 9. Carlisle have what, 20 at the end of the first quarter? 19?
19.
Fell them to 15 points since then. So they've done a nice job. Bulldogs are now on the 1-1. Jacobs is going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's Dingy's number 4.
And Coach Phillips over there, really talking to his girls about being smart. Ball goes off ahead, and Jacobs is going to get it in for the little layup, and it's good. That's as good as 2 free throws. And we got the lead cut back to 7. Dogs need to get a big stop here. 5:10 to go in the game. Ball gets swung over to Rittinger. She's going to drive it in there a little bit into McIntosh. She's going to drive the baseline to Morris. Another open look, and it's in. Big shot there by Morris. Extends the lead back to 10. I believe that's her 5th 3 of the game. In the post. It's a push. No call. Over to Broomball. Good looking shot from the free throw line. Then she clears it. I think the Carlisle fans agreed with that call.
Bulldog foul number 12, Ava Burbridge. For the Bulldogs, number 23, Madison Jones.
Coach Roos with 4:41 wants to talk about it. She calls timeout. The Carlisle lead is 10. All right, we've got 3 more factoids here. Largest margin of victory for Carlisle ever over Carlisle by Milton is 37 points. That was back in 2006. That game score was 61-27 in favor of the Bulldogs. The largest margin of defeat by Milton at the hands of Carlisle is 36 points, and that was in 2019. They lost 61-25. Almost identical scores there. The teams have never played on a neutral site. Milton is 8-7 at home and 8-9 at Carlisle. So this is that rubber match we're talking about. They've never played on a neutral court. And in the last 10 games of this series, Milton is 6-4, holds a slight edge. Now these 2 teams could meet next year, not for league play, because Carlisle is staying in the SWBL and Milton-Union is moving to a brand new league in the Three Rivers Conference. But they could play in a holiday tournament, as both the boys and the girls are going to Dixie's holiday tournament, which will be Carlisle, Dixie, Milton-Union, and Oakwood. Start this fourth quarter, start back into play. 4:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Big steal by Jones. Wow. And he got a jump ball. Possession goes back to the Indians. Huge shout out to Zach Keys.
Family.
Yeah. This is their second shout out, so that's a pretty big deal, guys.
The lines are open.
Yes.
Oh, good.
All right, deflection there by Grudich. Coach Phillips not real crazy about how Carlisle's handling this pressure. Now, those of you at home were wondering why that was a kick ball. And basically the definition of a kick is anything below the knees, and it's at the official's discretion. if it's intentional or accidental. Some could argue there that Morgan hit the ball with her hand and then it went down and hit her foot and it was incidental. Most officials are going to call it, though, if it benefits the team. For those of you listening at home, there's a nugget for you, Joe.
But below the knee. That kick is below the knee.
The kick is below the knee.
I'm glad we got that squared away.
Just, I'm not sure if that's
I'm
a
not
Webster's.
I'm not the soccer guy, but I'll have to remember that.
You have to remember that, yes. So, can you thigh the ball? Yes.
Right.
That'd be pretty impressive.
All the way down. Yeah, that would be.
But,
sounds like a new drill you need to work on for tomorrow.
Okay. Ball's passed into Rittinger over the top of the zone. Pressure defense. Here's Grudage on it. Gets it into Dingy. Out to Lawson. This is where you got to be careful where Morris is at when they spread the court into McIntosh. She's going to travel.
For Lady Indians, number 22, Jillian McIntosh.
Very physical defensive game.
It has been a physical game.
It's neat to see that both sides.
Coach Blackburn enjoys watching physical basketball. Yes. Yeah, defensive physical basketball. Coach Blackburn, I think, would be happy with a 2-0 score. And
that's how
I don't know that I would be, but there's Morgan Grudage getting to the hoop. Oh! Just off. Oh, that would have been huge.
That's 35.
That's Dingy's fifth foul. And you hear the fans calling for a charge, and there's an explanation for that. Basically, every defensive player has the right to the position they're in. It's called legal guardian position, and that position, as long as their set goes as high as they can go, all the way up to the ceiling. Gruge's first shot is up and in. Now, if the offensive player impedes on that and knocks her over, that can be called a charge. Most of the time, though, if she doesn't fall and she displaces the offensive player, they're going to call that a block, whether she was there or not. So that would be the explanation. If Dingy falls, she probably gets a charge call. And the ball gets thrown away. This pressure seems to be bothering Carlisle. Leads down to 8. Big possession here for the Bulldogs with Dingy out of the game. Ball's going to get lobbed over to Jacobs in the post. Out to Burbridge for a shot. Be a little short. Broomball with the putback. Just off. Jones with the putback. Broomball up and in. Just ping-ponging the ball, a little volleyball action.
Sometimes those shots are too easy.
But all of a sudden, Joe, the lead's down to 6.
Yes.
This pressure seems to be really getting to Carlisle. Ball gets thrown over to Rittinger. Deflection there. We're down to 3:10 left in the fourth quarter. Jones getting away with a lot of contact up there, and the Carlisle people are not happy. That's the one hardest part about the COVID. Not as many people in the stands, not as much noise, so people that are vocal officials, you can hear them. Ball's thrown into Lawson from Morris. There's Morris in the corner, little step back. Ball down to McIntosh, back over to Morris. I'm sorry, Lawson, who's going to get in the paint. And there is Jacobs. And Jones for 3, finally to get one to fall. Nope. Off the front of the rim, that would have been huge. Cut it to 3. And Carlisle fans are still complaining. They paid their admission. They get their right at that, right? All right, good passer over to McIntosh. Off the hands of, I'm going to make sure she doesn't foul there. Dogs are in a one-on-one. Officials really letting them play here. Grudage is going to look to penetrate over to Burbridge. 2 minutes to go. Not really in a rush here. He's still a 2-possession game. Burbridge with the step back, just off the mark. Jacobs with the rebound. Up and oh. Here we go back and forth again. We got a foul there on number 13. I'm sorry.
22.
Number 22.
Carlisle foul on number 22, Jillian McIntyre.
There's a minute 40 to go. The freshman up and just off the mark, but and Jones is going to get an offensive rebound and put back. Jones is going to go to the line.
Carlisle foul on number 22, Jillian McIntyre.
Coach Roos going to call a timeout. Jones goes to the line. She's leading the Bulldogs at the free throw line. She shoots 81.4%. So this is who Milton-Union wants at the line. Coach Roos going to call timeout, full timeout. Going to set up her defense, talk about what they want to do. All right, and we've already covered our factoids. So we're in good shape there.
Thank you to Doc Ginn for
Yes.
halftime stats and those factoids, as we call them.
Yes. Exactly. Okay, we got a question. Okay. We've got a write-in question.
Oh.
Does a kick have to be on the defense? No. It can be on anybody on the court. If it's an intentional kick, it can be offense, defense, it does not matter. And again, there's the interpretation of is it intentional? If it's not, you know, if a girl's dribbling the ball and she loses control and kind of kicks it and it goes out of bounds, they're just going to call it out of bounds. And again, most girls are not going to kick it intentionally off the dribble, but yes, it can be on the offense. Jones just short, needed that one. Still a lot of time left, 2-possession game. Up and in. 5-point game. We're battling. And now Milton comes out with a full man press. Wow. That was an interesting call. But we weren't watching that play particular. There they go. They're going to switch. Here comes Lawson. She's going to push in transition. And here comes pressure defense. Under 130. Based on statistics, oh, Jones with a big steal. Here he comes, 120 to go. She's going to bring it into the backcourt or front court. Got broom ball in the post. Ball's knocked out of bounds. 114 to go in the game. The gym's gotten a little bit louder,
Yes.
Joe. 5-point game. Jones is going to take it out on the baseline. Probably going to look to get her shot. She's due. She is due. And there she gets her feet set. Oh, just off the mark.
That's a good box out of Carlisle on 22 there. Keeping Jacobs off the ball.
Here comes Lawson. There's a foul. We're going to go into the foul game. Just under a minute to go, and try to lengthen this game by fouling. As we look at the stats for Carlisle, we don't want to foul Dingy, who we cannot foul Dingy. Oh, Morgan with the good steal there. And up and in. It's a 3-point game. We're under a minute to play. 48 seconds to go. Here comes the pressure defense. And a steal. Oh, my. Right there. Unfortunately, when you get announcers like us, you're going to get the emotions of the game. 43.6 to go. Dogs are in man. Lawson is going to retreat here. Dogs are going to foul her. She is shooting. She's a 66% free throw shooter. Statistically, as odd as it would be, statistically speaking, Milton-Union wants to foul Morris and Goodpaster, who are they've made 7 threes tonight.
Well, that's logical.
Yep. We'll throw that under the COVID. Shots up and off the mark. It was a 1-and-1. Carlisle had pulled all their girls off the line. Bulldog ball, 35 seconds to go. Jones, a lot of contact there. 28 seconds.
Jacobs working hard on the post, trying to get the ball inside.
Yep. 24 seconds. Ball goes into the post to Jacobs. 19 seconds to go. Up and just off the mark, and they're going to foul. 14 seconds to go here. McIntosh is going to go to the line where she's a 60% free throw shooter. It's going to be the 1-and-1 variety.
This has helped out here too. Milton was not in foul trouble when they started fouling. Burbridge was the only one with 3 as this time.
And again, Carlisle pulls all their guys off, all their girls off the free throw lane. And she knocks it down. That makes it a 2-possession game. That's a big free throw for Carlisle. It changes everything for Carlisle defensively here as they're coming back. Shots up and in. 5-point game, 13 seconds to go. Bridge is going to bring it across the timeline. Don't necessarily have to have a 3.
But not that.
The ball gets thrown out of bounds. 6.4 to go, 5-point game. And Annie Smith's going to check in for Milton-Union.
Number 33, Annie Smith.
Checks in for Broomball. The defensive, they're going to run her a loop out to Morris. And Jones is going to foul her with 3.2.
Bulldog foul number 23, Madison Jones. At the line for 2.
3.2 here to go. Looks like this one's heading the Carlisle Indians' way. Free throws up and off. Baffles me how good of a 3-point shooter she is. She can't make a free throw. And I guess that's the game today.
Yeah.
Shots up and good there. Jones with the half-court launch. Just off the side. Final score 40 to 34. Carlisle Indians are going to advance. Looks like they play the winner of Versailles Bethel. I want to give a huge shout out to WMPA and all they did for us here the last couple weeks. This will be our final broadcast.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't do it at the next stage.
And the boys' game will be telecast or live streamed through Kettering Fairmont Trent Arena's own network at a cost, which makes us appreciate what we have here even more. Lady Dogs with an incredible second half effort, battling all the way back, cut it to 3 with the ball.
Exciting finish.
Very exciting. And, you know, Coach Roos, you know, there's a couple things obviously to focus on. You know, you can be upset about that first quarter and what, you know, it was a 19-point lead after the first quarter. And after that, you know, we outscored them by 2. We cut it to 17 at the half, and then cut it to 8 going in the fourth quarter. And then of course lost by 5.
Yeah.
Or 6. Lost by 6 to finish the game. So great job by our girls. Reality is we won quarters 2, 3, and 4 to make that game, you know, where it was, and it did a fantastic job. You know, it's great effort by our girls, you know, and that being our final game for 3 seniors, Jayla Gentry, Morgan Grudage, and Madison Jones.
Yep.
And, you know, 3 leaders, our 3 leading scorers, also our 3 leaders on the court, 3 captains.
Yep, they're going to be missed, but it's exciting they got to play with some younger kids too, and
yeah,
and Jacob's Broomball really.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't tell they were freshmen out there. So.
No, you had 3 freshmen, you know, leading the way there, and with those seniors, and you know, great job there by those girls, and you know, a bright future from that standpoint. You know, and hopefully everything's okay with Jayla. You know, she did not enter back into the game after going down early in the first quarter. You know, in reality, that's an adjustment for anybody when you've got a player that goes down, that's one of your leaders, goes down in injury early in the game, and, you know, trying to adjust. You know, there's an emotional and there's an actual game plan adjustment that goes on. So
we probably want to ask Coach Roos to come up tonight. That's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
See, I thought the girls battled.
Well, I'm going to sign off.
Yep, Coach Blackburn signing off. He's got his crew here that's ready to go.
Yeah.
No, we've got somebody who's ready to step in for him, but I don't think she's going to.
She's all yours.
Yeah,
literally.
I've heard that. thanks to Coach Blackburn. He's been the best wingman, stat guy. Yeah, everybody. He says everybody have a safe drive home. He's going to grab his little box of Boxo tools with his headsets.
Try, Tom. Let's open something in there for you.
Don't forget the hot spot.
All right, Werner, be safe.
Mick's got some of those.
Carter, would you mind going to see if Coach Roos is going to come out here, or
Probably me.
Just haven't been told. I did.
or maybe ask Coach Lane to check?
Saw that you did.
See if Coach Roos, she may or may not. You know, after your season ends, it's always an emotional time with your players, right, Campbell?
Yeah.
Yep. We'll play.
I can tell you as a coach, it's always an emotional time as you're, you know, even though this is a game that the girls fought hard, at the end of the day, it's the end of careers for 3 girls, and 3 girls she's coached, you know, over the years, and yeah, it's not easy, not always an easy thing for a coach-player relationship. Probably that moment you always.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you vacate the gym in order for us to allow us to prepare for the next game. If you're waiting on players, please wait in the
Sorry, they're
parking
making an
area.
announcement that
Thank
we're
you.
clearing the gym. But yeah, it's always a tough thing, you know, ending that, and it's something that as a coach, you definitely don't look forward to any year. And unfortunately, there's only 4 teams in the state of Ohio on the boys and 4 on the girls' side that'll be able to finish their season on a W.
Mhm.
Is that right, Campbell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
We're in no rush.
Well, I think we're going to go ahead and sign off here. Not going to rush Coach Roos out here, but you know, from Bulldog Nation and from I myself as a coach, definitely a lot of pride with our girls tonight, battling back and fighting and turning that into a game, which after the first quarter, I think a lot of people had assumed it wasn't going to be a game. So great job to our ladies, great job to our coaches, great season to all of them, and thanks again to WNPA. We're going to sign off, and we will see everybody hopefully next year either in the gym or through YouTube.
Yep.
Thanks. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, guys. I'm glad my microphone works with the headset. It's too soft.